My name is Jenks, Detective Inspector Frederick Jenks, and I've been assigned to a last-minute investigation into the death of Kate Vine. Kate Vine appeared to the world to be a bright, confident, fun-loving
Actually,
PhD
she's a
student
drawing.
with everything Ryan Rand.
Excuse
Both
me?
were interviewed following Kate's death, but neither claimed to have seen Kate.
Hello,
after
fellow
meeting,
content
and both
creator.
were under-
Kate, PhD student, alcohol and morphine in her blood. Pretty normal if you're a World War I era veteran. So I think that's pretty much business as usual. Game loaded. It's gone 5 p.m. Touch bra save, absolutely. Eden Lodge. So let's start there. Dude, this is like Mad Dog McCree. Knock for Simon. I'm ready.
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm investigating an incident in the village.
Alright, just making sure there's no cops outside. Has anyone ever pointed out that Jenks looks exactly like Sleep Cycles? This is the kind of interface I make for school projects, so I'm very familiar with it. Kate's driving license was found on the bank of the lake near Kate's body with a piece of tape attached. Ask about this item? Yeah, hell yeah. Hello. Yo, thank you.
I'll take your old teacup. Yo, it's mine.
Yeah, it's Kate's driver's license.
Why are you showing my private information?
The real Kate brought me a tea. She's alive. Kate, there's a Ryan in this game too. But he seems like a bad guy.
Never seen it before.
Doesn't know anything about the license. How about we'll ask about this
When was
bizarrely
the last
lifelike
time you
drawing?
saw Kate Vine?
Can't tell if this guy's
Did you socialize outside
22
Atlas?
or 82 years
Could you
old.
describe her? What sort of person was she?
Well, she's talented. She was full of life, you know?
Ironic.
Sharp. And, well, there was the drinking problem.
Tell me a bit about Atlas.
That was just a business management training program for postgrads.
Not just that old rigmarole. A business management
Yeah.
training program with an M and an E for postgrads.
Yeah, well-
So we have to like make these disagree, and then we'll open a new line of questioning. Is that what happens? Well, he's only known Kate for 3 months, but she often seemed drunk. I mean, come on, man. You know you can't establish a pattern without at least 6 months of observation. How can you say that they appeared their usual self if you didn't see them that often? Okay, let's... Nick, don't say that's the dogging spot. Like, I don't know what dogging is. Dogging is when you have sexual intercourse in a Range Rover in the woods. Call the chief. Now we're talking. Oh, this is asking for hints. I see. I'll wait.
We solved the cat litter. That's not okay.
All the cat litter's gone. Yet another mystery to be solved. You claim to be a cyclist and yet you own a bike from Walmart.
Looks like homebrew equipment. This might come in handy.
And then we steal his bike saddle. Click to try using this. There's no use for a screwdriver here. Alright. This looks like the sigil for, like, King Ivar the Boneless. I mean, between two people, for a week of recycling, they had 8 empty bottles, so we can't trust the word that they're saying. Yeah, what's up with the box of old bottles, Emma?
What's the stack of bottles outside?
Oh, that's all Simon's stuff. You better ask him. I don't know.
You don't know what a bottle is? It's a container that holds a liquid and also shapes it to the shape of the container.
I noticed a lot of bottles outside. Are they yours?
Yeah, I make homebrew.
For yourself?
Well, no, I give it out to my friends and stuff. I tried selling it at first, but I didn't have any takers.
It's also
Except for
highly
James over
illegal.
at Farmhouse.
What about this broken
Recognize
pendant?
this at all?
Does remind me of something.
Yeah, like perhaps a winged creature?
I've seen it somewhere, but no, I don't know.
I think I may have seen it up in the sky or perhaps perched on a power line. And what is this thing? Okay. Yo, I know homebrew
Looks
isn't
like,
illegal, but it's probably illegal to sell.
That's my old necklace. I gave this to Kate.
So Kate might have been wearing it last Friday.
Yeah, well, perhaps, but I can't see why. She was always buying new things, you know, lots of jewelry, stuff like that.
Classic student move.
It's meant to be a bird in cage, but the cage has fallen off.
Basically, I'm just slowly breaking these people down by leaving, and they
questions, if that's
breathe
okay.
a deep sigh of relief, and then I come back, and I'm like, guess what? It's okay, there's no crime in England.
Whose is the bike outside?
Oh, that's my cousin's. He lent me it. I need to buy a new lock for it, though.
So it's your bike at the moment?
Yeah. There's no bus service to speak of around here, so it's really the only way to get around.
I mean, the whole town is about 3 blocks, so... Oh, you're right, I forgot to ask about the freedom necklace. Okay, one sec. We're going back. He said, please, let me go.
Like it. Actually, you know what? Kate
I'll
had one.
confess to anything.
I remember because I asked her about it one night when we were all out drinking in college. I was probably pretty drunk.
That's what college is all about.
Jinx, that's a bad example to be setting. But how did he know that she wore the necklace at college when he'd only known her for 3 months?
Aha.
I solved
So
one?
how did you know Kate was wearing a freedom necklace 18 months ago? At college?
Right. Come through.
Yo, stop leaning on the tap. It's making me anxious.
There's been an unexplained death locally, not sure if you've heard.
The student?
Yes.
Yes, it was dreadful news.
You're married to Ryan, one of the Atlas leaders,
Excuse
yes?
me?
I suppose I am, yes.
Well, I just wanted to ask a few questions about Kate and Atlas, if that's okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to answer any of them, but sure.
This is like a B-movie Giselle Bundchen. Oh my god. She's gonna be asked about 40 questions. Like, for example, okay. This box of
Did
old
you know
bottles.
Not, you could tell she had problems. Friday, she popped in for a minute.
6 or 7 pints.
She put £20 on the bar and then left.
Seems very generous. Nothing wrong with that. Rebecca, what can you tell me about this screwdriver I stole? Sorry, I just get outed you guys with that teaspoon right there. Okay. Unlocked bicycle. Screwdriver I stole. Simon's homebrew. Broken pendant. Simon's homebrew again. Just a classic looking restaurant. Apparently the lavatory doubles as a coat room. Yeah, investigate down behind the pub. Where they keep all the skeletons they don't want you to see.
A broken window. Recently smashed by the look of it. Might have
Yo,
to ask
that's...
about that.
Kate clearly broke the window. Now we'll go back to the pub, because we know that there's a broken window. Ring-a-ding-ding, I'm back,
Ask you a
bitch.
couple more things, please. How did the window get broken out round the back?
I don't actually know.
So, you're lucky I'm the detective. So it's like there's a window broken, and then Kate left 20 bucks for a breakage. Like, are you out of your mind? You don't think these could be related? Pretty sure Kate broke the window and left her 20 pounds, which is not nearly enough to replace a broken window. What would you leave for a broken window? I don't know, probably like $150. Another window? That's fair. Now we're talking. She's strict about barring clients, but at the same time, you let Kate in even though she was very drunk. Let's go bother Simon a little bit more. Boom. Knock, knock, I'm back.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
The long arm of the law never sleeps.
I was in the pub on Monday with a college friend.
Oh, it must be nice to be young. Phoning my friend, who is also my boss.
Quiz Rebecca. Make a few suggestions. See if she bites. Simple as. Go on.
Okay, thanks, Chief.
I like how the subtitle didn't have the Britishisms. Simple as, go on. Yes, I understand. Thanks, Chief. There was 20 pounds. What's up with that? And then the broken pub window. Give her some leads. Give her some leads. She doesn't know who broke the window. Or does she?
So, you said Kate gave you £20 for a breakage, but you didn't have a breakage.
That's right.
Do you think the payment could have been for the broken window? Could it have been Kate who was arguing?
Well, I suppose it could have been, yeah.
Cover
You don't know
boys.
who she was arguing with.
She didn't know Kate was having an argument. You're getting the chair. And yet, the window was broken.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Yeah, don't forget the critical detail that Simon also has a screwdriver. Dude, Jenks must be in amazing shape. Just walking constantly back and forth here.
Know anything about an argument at the pub last Friday?
No, I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
What did you do after the course?
Just went home. Came here. Just came straight back.
Oh. Okay. That's a very valuable piece of information. Because how could you come home after Atlas last Friday and yet simultaneously own a screwdriver? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's okay.
I went home last Thursday night, actually, to see my parents.
But you do visit the pub.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know Rebecca quite well. We all went there quite a bit after college.
How did she go to see her parents on Thursday night if she visited the pub on Monday night? Unless there's some kind of cyclical calendar system here, where not every Monday is the same. There's just a lot of clues already, okay? I'm trying to sort through them in my brain, but things, they took off real quick. We got a little bit more information from this point onwards. And yet there's a screwdriver. Very true. How did she get home if it isn't her bike? That's true.
Thank you.
There's
I'll
no
be
bus
back
service
later.
to speak of in this neighborhood. Surprise, bitch. Just kidding. Okay. Oh, new area. We get it. You vape.
Who is it? I'm a police officer, Detective Inspector Jenks. It's all right. You can carry on if you want to. Just go in. I'm investigating a death in the village, Kate Vine.
I know her. I knew her.
Well, could I ask you a few questions, please?
Classic box
Well, if you
hookah.
give me your name and address, I'll come later on. Where do you live?
House.
And what's
House
your
number
name?
3. All right. Well, now we know. We'll beat him there,
Abbey Farm is across the road there.
or not. Let's start by going up the steps, which is definitely not illegal. In the UK, you don't need a warrant. You just need a hat.
Picture frames with black painted glass. Very interesting.
And yet, Simon owns a screwdriver.
Could I ask you a few more questions, please? It'd take you long.
Is that Al Pacino as Scarface, but his face is literally made of scars?
Close the doors, Johnny.
Why are you asking me about Kate Vine?
Routine. You know Simon, don't you? Thompson.
Why? What did he say?
That you all went to college together, you and Kate. Is that right?
Might have done.
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
Can't remember.
How did you know her?
Through Simon. His girlfriend was mates with her. Saw her around college a few times.
Did you
Can I get a
socialise with her
translator,
much?
please?
Did you know whether Kate had lost this or
Oh, a
not?
bag of garbage?
No idea.
How about the unlocked bicycle at Simon's place?
What do you know about Simon's bike?
What bike? Ancient Persians did it. This country pagans still practice it. The fortune tellers pretend to do it. That's what the crystal ball's all about. It's all scrying. Mirror's just one way of doing it.
But what is scrying?
Well, it's when
Depends
you,
who you are. People do it for different
look at the
reasons.
top card of your deck and you can put
What
it on the
sort of
bottom if
reason?
you choose to.
Exploring your mind. Only make them for other people these days.
And there's a market for these, is there?
Lots of people want to talk to the dead.
I wonder what else James is into.
I'm gonna guess 311. Tomo, my friend, you're being a little distracting here. Can you just, maybe like, you know, I'll put the box up here if you want to take a sleep.
That's it for the time being.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
go ask everybody else about the scrying mirror. And then I'm gonna turn my trusty scrying mirror into a drying mirror.
Have you seen one of these before?
Is that from James?
Now, what do you know about James?
Well, he's one of 6
He's
people.
creepy. He was selling them last Friday at the market. There's
He said he
a market
never
every week
sells them.
type thing.
So you wouldn't buy one of these?
No, I wouldn't. But Kate would. You're meant to see ghosts or spirits or something. It doesn't work.
How do you use it?
You ever hear of a smartphone?
You're just meant to stare into it.
Go over to Kate's place and look at a
Shall I show
black
you?
mirror.
Go ahead.
Then you see... you're meant to see a ghost or something. Look, it doesn't work.
Says the mirror doesn't work, but she knows how to freaking use it. Doesn't make any sense. That's right, she said she didn't like spirits, and yet she knows how to use the black mirror. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's one of James's. He's into like New Age stuff, mysticism, magic spells, that sort of thing. He's nuts, though. I mean, he thinks the government are tracking him or something.
Why would he think that?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Little did they know, Mark Zuckerberg thinks the government's tracking him. Emma's timeline is messed up? Nah.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Not even.
Have you seen one of
She's
these?
gonna look into the black mirror. She's
Is it
gonna
meant to
see
be
Kate's
black
bloated
mirror?
corpse and
I think
confess
so.
to the murder.
No.
Well, that was an extreme waste of my time. Okay, so the thing is, how if he was selling them last Friday, but you were at your parents' house on Thursday night? Well.
So, you went home to see your parents on Thursday night, that right?
Yes.
But you said you saw James at the market on Friday.
No, I went to see my parents on
Take her
Friday
away.
night.
What? You're not a very good liar, Emma.
Ooh.
Okay. I
Didn't
saw
even
Kate
need that one.
Where?
At the pub. we were arguing.
I knew it!
Go on. What were you arguing about?
How I killed her!
I'd lent her £50 because she was desperate, and we were just arguing. It didn't really bother me. She just didn't have it.
And Kate broke the window.
Yes.
So now, being a good police officer, we go back to the pub and we go, hey, Kate broke your window and that's why she left you 20 pounds. So she didn't have 50, but she dropped 20 on the counter without being asked.
Thank you.
It's the classic problem, right? She doesn't have 50 because she keeps breaking windows and giving people 20s. What if we use the scrying mirror at some various places? Shouldn't mess with powers beyond your comprehension. Yeah, I know. I watched Hereditary last night, so I'm like, it's a great game to be playing right after seeing Hereditary. Terrifying. It's a great movie. It's not bad. That's a hot take that doesn't make any sense. You're exactly right. Everything is either amazing or garbage with chat. Go check Atlas. Okay, I'm willing to do so. I don't need to call the chief, because I'll just call chat instead. Scry. Well, apart from that, I guess I'll be leaving the room then. I do like how the door says shut on it. And we'll be going to talk to Simon again. Or James. Or Simon. Or James. I'm back. How did you see James last Friday when you haven't seen James in a month? With the mirror? That's a great answer. That's Emma?
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I already busted her wide open. Like, she's gonna sing like a friggin' canary. You can just hit redial, man. Nobody else has used it. It's 2018.
Oh, Jenks?
Yeah, Chief, I had a confession.
That's not how you answer the phone.
Turns out
But
she was arguing with
I'll
Kate
let you
last
do
Friday
it.
outside the pub. Emma says she had
Hello.
listened to Kate, but Kate hadn't.
It's either Emma or Rebecca. I'm assuming it's Rebecca. You lent money to Kate because she needed it. Excuse me? Can't click it. You have to re-enter the room?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
It's alright, just slowly break them down. Yeah, Kate bought lots of new jewelry, but at the same time, she needed money.
Aha.
So you lent money to Kate because she was desperate, but she bought loads of jewelry and things. So why were you lending her money? It wasn't about money, was it, Emma?
No.
Go on.
Why does she have a microscope?
We were arguing because she was going to blackmail Ryan, the guy from Atlas, over an affair he was having, and then tell his wife if he didn't give her the money.
Sorry, could you slow down,
Ryan's
please?
affair with Kate.
No, I don't know. I think he was having an affair with another student and Kate found out.
And why were you involved?
Because I didn't really agree with it. I didn't agree with what she was doing, even if he did have an affair.
Were you friends with Ryan?
No, I'd never met him.
You just
checks
called
out.
Kate.
Emma's either on a moral crusade, or there's another reason she was worried about Kate blackmailing Ryan.
I feel like it's when somebody tells you a story that's like 45 minutes long, and by the end of it, you're like, how do you feel about it? And I'm like, I don't remember. For all I know is at first we were talking about a broken window, and now all of a sudden we're conjuring the dead, and Kate's a ghost, and she's sleeping with Ryan, or breaking windows because of some blackmail situation. Perhaps, after waiting 0 minutes, Ryan is now there. I gotta sneeze. I almost muted myself, but then I thought it would deprive you of the sound that I had promised. Here's the thing. James, I'm busting this case wide open. You were the one cheating with Ryan. You don't know about the argument, but simultaneously, your homebrew is very strong. Oh, what? Half-mast. Did the queen die? Oh! It all becomes clear.
Always nice to randomly find a key on the floor.
Okay, yeah. We have encountered 2 locks.
Wow, isn't that interesting?
Occult. She asked for the warrant, just pull out the screwdriver and you say, that's my warrant. Ah yes, the George and Dragon. My favorite pub. I saw the hourglass, or the magnifying glass.
But it's too dark to tell.
Jenks, pull out your phone. Every phone is a torch feature. Don't be ridiculous.
I wonder whose mask this is. Rebecca's or Ryan's?
Well, this arbitrarily is an important piece of evidence. Look, I don't call it a torch, but my phone calls it a torch. So, if we can use the mask, maybe we can use the mask at Atlas. And they'll be like, hey, are you Ryan? I'm just gonna try. I'm always gonna try my own insane strategy first. Yeah. Cardboard mask. There's no use for the cardboard mask here. It's my mistake. Go back to the pub, ask Rebecca about the mask, and be like, damn, bitch, you live like this, etc., etc.
Do you know what this is?
Oh, you'll have to ask Ryan about that.
So this is Ryan's.
It's to do with one of Ryan's methods on the course.
Go on.
Well, masks allow you to play at being someone different for a while. Students find it quite liberating.
So this would be for a student.
I think that one's Ryan's, but students do wear them, yes.
It's like inverted VR.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
I like the contrast between, like, him almost getting an important revelation and everybody's really quiet, and then he's like, well, that's all for the moment, thank you. See you in 6 seconds.
Ever seen this before?
Nope, I haven't, sorry.
Have a look at this. Know anything about that?
I haven't seen this one, but it looks a lot like an Atlas mask. We use them for some of the workshops and stuff. Well, you have to say something boastful or arrogant. You do it first without the mask, and then you say it with a mask.
And the point is?
Well, it's easier when you have the mask on, isn't it? People are not as afraid to be free about themselves, you know?
What did you find out about Atlas?
Well, it
I
was
think it'd be
advertised.
harder with the mask, because you look like a dumb idiot.
To be honest, I've learned more in 3 months at Atlas than I did in 3 years at business school.
Extremely red flag.
What do you know about Atlas?
I know that it's a business course. I went with Simon when he first went, but it wasn't really my thing.
Wait a minute. Has never met Ryan, but went to an Atlas seminar. Something doesn't check out, Emma.
You said you went to an Atlas meeting with Simon.
Yes.
That's
You
interesting
are
because I
terrible.
happen to know that Ryan is the main lecturer at Atlas. But you say you never met him. Why did you say you don't know him?
Okay, I need to tell you something. I just need to make sure Simon doesn't find out.
I won't be telling Simon anything he doesn't have to hear.
And you can't tell Rebecca either.
Go on.
Okay, so the affair that happened was between Ryan and I. I was having the affair.
Adultery is still a crime in northeastern England. I'm afraid
She didn't care about me.
we're gonna have to lock you up.
It was part of the...
Hey, we've done it. It's like a real-time hour.
So, Ryan's a bit of Lothario, is he? I think it's time I met this Ryan Rand face to face.
Want to say, I hate every character in the game so far. Is like, life is not hard enough. You're also like, okay, I'm gonna cheat on my screwdriver-owning homebrew boyfriend who looks like the 8th Doctor Who, with a cult owner who has the same name of the guy who's streaming the game right now, and also my dead friend was trying to blackmail him, but not me, and Rebecca, I don't know, they're all wearing cardboard masks and looking into black mirrors, and it's like, just get a hobby. You know, learn how to cross-stitch or something. James is cool as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he's not cool. Obviously, he's a big nerd, but like, he's making stuff with his hands. He's smoking herbal tea out of a hookah he keeps in a cardboard box. It's not the way I want to live my life, but at least he doesn't seem too embroiled with the banal drama of the town so far.
What does the symbol mean?
It's borrowed from paganism. It's the symbol of the triple goddess, the mother, maiden, and crone, represented by the waxing and waning of the moon. It dates Christianity. Some people say that it dates back to Paleolithic times. No, I mean, it's a symbol we dabbled with, but it's not particularly relevant. We don't use it on the course, no.
Yo, so you don't use it on the course, but it's on the mask that you use in the course?
Have you seen one of these before?
I believe that looks like a scrying mirror to me.
You have seen one before?
Well, I used to have one myself, actually, along with lots of other bits and pieces of that nature. Silly things, you know.
Really?
Yes, when I was in my teenage years, I had quite an obsession with that kind of thing. I was a very somber child, and well, not that you could tell, always playing fantasy games, reading books about that kind of malarkey, you know.
What sort of books did you read?
Well, books on black magic, not the chocolates.
I'm going to assume that's an English joke.
Satanic rituals, that kind of thing. I grew out of it, of course. I mean, I don't need to believe in the supernatural.
I've discovered the drink.
The natural world is far more interesting.
Dude, this just never ends.
I believe the last time you saw Kate Vine was at the pub last Friday.
Yes, I like to have a glass of port or two after a long day, and benefits of being married to the landlady.
How did she seem that night?
The landlady?
Kate?
Well, she was her usual self, drunk.
That was usual.
It was for her, yes. I mean, it didn't impair
No wonder
her
they got
ability, though.
along.
She was a very bright.
So you didn't suspect there was anything wrong?
Well, do you mean did I expect her to drown herself? Of course I didn't inspect her. It was quite a shock. Nobody expected that.
I mean, it's really hard.
Have you seen this before?
Not that I recall.
You don't know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No, I've never seen it before, sorry.
And yet, you used to work at the DMV, where you frequently used Simon's screwdriver. Ask him about the bicycle.
Does Simon Thompson ride a bike, do you know?
I think so, yes. I think he drives as well, but I might be mistaken.
Riveting. No, don't reveal that you own the screwdriver yet. Ask about the homebrew.
Have you tried Simon's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew? No, I haven't had the pleasure, sorry.
I don't drink.
Do you know anything about an argument?
I just want him to swallow one mouthful of this
I
drink.
believe it wasn't long after the pub opened.
I don't trust anybody that just holds something, never takes advantage of it. Like, yeah, he looks so thirsty. Of course this guy seduced Emma. Have you seen his alpha male body language? The symbol is not used on the course, and yet, simultaneously, it's used on the course. Time to show him the screwdriver. I refuse. Welcome back. Miss me?
Thank you.
He's different now. He's wearing a novelty apron.
Smells nice. What is that? Chili pork. I have no idea you were a cook.
Oh, no, I used to be more into it. No, I don't do it so much. Used to grow my own herbs and everything.
The sound.
Here.
Please.
No.
I'll tell you whatever you want, just turn off that terrible noise.
That's what James...
See, I'm upset. Because he says the masks are used during the Atlas seminars, but Ryan says they're not.
Simon mentioned another greenhouse on the farm. Must be up the hill over there.
This is the earlier greenhouse, my mistake. Go further up, there you go. Has anyone ever been so as to, etc., etc.? I knew it. It's basil. You can't grow that in the UK without a permit. There's a packet of dried leaves with MM on it. You think it stands for medicinal marijuana?
Ever seen one of these?
It's a piece
Seen
of
them around
paper.
college.
What do you know about it?
Not much. It's a business course. Ask Simon. He's on it.
How about this?
Ever seen this before?
No, should I have?
Alrighty. See you later, weirdo.
Thank you.
You just zipped up his hat? Yeah, business doesn't interest him, and yet he sells things from time to time. And there were bottles in a recite. You get the idea. You ever seen mint before?
Oh, magic mint. It's a hallucinogenic and legal. No, I don't even take medicines. I like to stay pure.
Alright, you have also lost my respect.
I didn't expect Rebecca to know about growing drugs.
I like to stay pure. That's why I own a pub. That's not drugs, that's just beer. You claim to be anti-drug, and yet I see you drinking a cup of coffee. What an interesting contradiction.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
I don't speak Latin.
No one is allowed drugs or alcohol onto the site. I don't think anyone has ever brought drugs to Atlas.
Is there one that's just like, doesn't allow drugs or alcohol onto Atlas premises, and yet you're currently drinking alcohol? You don't allow drugs or alcohol onto the premises, and yet Kate was drunk at the meeting last Friday. That hurts. It hurts that that's not a contradiction. In my head, that one was lights out. It's a drug, and yet you said nobody had ever brought drugs into Atlas, and yet here I am. See you later, nerd. I'm going back to Simon's place. Ask him about the Salvia divinorum, Wingardium Leviosa.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's a drug, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's a spell.
Hallucinogenic drug.
I don't know anything about plants or things like that.
And yet you have a microscope.
You should ask Rebecca.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Sorry, I haven't read Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, you mean the drug? Well, nothing like that. Nothing hallucinogenic.
Oh, you've never tried sugar? You tried it but never saw it?
That's all for the moment, thank you.
What are you talking about? Has tried it, has never seen them. See, I told you, he could have just had his eyes closed. You thought you were so smart, Chad. You're not the same level of detective as I am. Maybe he was wearing the mask and couldn't see out of the eye holes? Oh, as of 2016, it's illegal to sell or import salvia for human consumption. How about that, Emma? In the future, your drug is illegal. I knew it.
I'm investigating a death in the village.
They did one last year too. Same place.
Like the only helpful person in the whole town.
Drowned a student. Ask that psycho about it.
Dude, his
He runs
ear.
that business cult.
His ear is actually like a
Big
mushroom.
house.
I'm actually worried he can hear me talking about him through the screen.
Bunch of nut jobs.
My lord, the size of that ear. Now, we can use the information for Liam's death to get a confession out of Simon. Slowly breaking him down over hours and hours of interrogation.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Here's a question for you, buddy. What about Liam?
What do you know about Liam?
Oh, that Liam.
Emma probably had an affair with him too. Don't be mad at Emma, okay? Ryan has an animal magnetism and raw male charisma that can't be ignored. He must have been friends with James. You know, there's not a whole lot of people in this town, kindred spirits and all that.
Did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam who died.
You mean? Don't know much about plants.
Oh, you are
So you've never heard of
absolutely
Salvia?
done.
No.
Yet, as a biology major, technically these could both be true, but from the game's perspective, I don't think it's conceivable. Guess what, buddy?
Aha.
You just got.
So, your degree is in plant science, but you don't seem to know anything about plants.
Well, still got a lot to learn.
So you're still
Yeah, I'm only
saying
45.
you've never heard of...
Okay, he grows salvia for his private use only. However, he also traded his herbal... Oh, he's done it!
When you say herbal tea, do you mean salvia?
Probably.
So you traded salvia tea with Simon for his homebrew.
So?
So why did you say you didn't give salvia to anybody else? Did you give it to anybody else? How many people did you give it to? Did you give it to Kate?
No.
How about Liam?
I didn't have anything to do with him dying, if that's what you mean.
So you did give him salvia?
Yes, I gave him salvia because he asked for it, but that's not what killed him.
Well, he committed suicide, James, because of psychological issues that probably weren't helped by him trying hallucinogenic drugs.
Didn't commit suicide. You don't know anything about him. You don't know what happened.
Okay, so what happened then?
Do you even know about Third Eye?
Pardon me?
Go on.
You don't know about Third Eye. You don't know about Third Eye. You know nothing about Liam's death. I mean, forget salvia.
Fine, tell me then.
Third Eye was a cult. We had our very own psycho cult operating right here from our village hall. And I got rid of them, single-handed. I'm the one who got rid of Third Eye. Did they tell you that at the station?
Okay, start again. They were what?
You don't know anything, do you? Look. They were reeling in students, pretending to be some sort of happy life course, you know. We can
And
make
then
your
they
life better
renamed
sort of
themselves to Atlas.
Then they were putting everyone through this
It's the
brainwashing
same
program to make
symbol.
them compliant, and selling them on. It's all there.
What do you mean, selling them on?
Selling them. Objects, commodities.
To who?
To anyone who could afford them. Top politicians, famous celebrities.
Of
wealthy
which we have
businessmen,
dozens in this village.
You don't get it, do you? Third Eye were making and selling slaves. They were black market slave traders. They were wiping people's personalities using ECT, brainwashing, cocktails of hard drugs, deliberately turning them into perfect slaves. You know how much slaves are worth on the black market these days?
Don't answer that.
Millions. And I'm talking per slave. That's why anyone who stood up to them and threatened to go public like Liam was just killed off. They didn't give a damn.
So you're saying Liam was murdered by Third Eye?
Exactly what I'm saying. It's obvious. You can tell. I met some of the students. You could see straight away there was something wrong. They were like zombies.
You can tell
I
from
could
his
tell
shirt
when
he
someone's
knows
got ECT
zombies.
damage. Yeah, you investigate it. It'll all come out.
Well, this
Third
got pretty
Eye
dramatic
definitely
pretty
killed
quickly.
Liam.
Does James really believe all this stuff? This is the first I've heard about Third Eye. Question is, what's their connection with Atlas, if there is one?
Or is this guy just absolutely high as hell? Everybody else is like, yeah, I recognize that. It's sage leaves. This guy's like, by the way, the town is a front for pagan cults that killed students and is selling brainwashed slaves on the deep web. We learned about the, 0% progress. We learned about the incredible cult.
James Wilson is a fantasist.
Excuse me,
He
where's
spends
my
his time
subtitles?
pretending to cast spells in the woods. He's not exactly a stable person. And, I heard that he was involved with growing cannabis.
Whoa. James said he didn't grow any other illegal plants. Well. It appears we've got ourselves a contradiction. You can't use other people's words for contradictions. Doesn't grow any other drugs, but also... Okay, fair enough. Alright, see you later, James. False alarm. There's no proof she's telling the truth? Well, we went to the greenhouse, and we got, the devil's lettuce. Okay, leave the greenhouse, fair enough. What if we scry and then we found the devil's lettuce? She said don't quote me on that, and you immediately proceeded to quote her on that. Don't quote me on that is like exactly the same as saying that something's off the record. It's like, as the police officer or journalist, I get to friggin' decide whether it's off the record or on the record.
Idiot.
So you don't agree with what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with anything James says. He's absolutely crazy. He thinks that the government has been controlled by aliens, that we're all bugged. He's nuts.
Ryan, you've just told me all about the moon symbols on the mask. Then you're claiming you don't know anything about the symbols on the flyer.
That was 2 hours ago.
Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, yes, I do remember.
I'm always forgetting the things I remember.
What did you know about Third Eye?
Oh, not much, really. Never came into contact with them.
He's blinking. He's blinking again.
That explanation was way too short. Ryan's definitely hiding something.
He's hiding his boner. He drank. That's his tell. It's like Teddy KGB with his Oreos. Liam tripped and fell on his own gardening shears. A likely story. Oh, here we go. I knew it.
Mind not defacing public.
It's a tree.
It means that you do exactly
That's
what
assault?
I tell you to do.
Or what? Or you arrest me?
No.
Is
I'll
this
give you a
Topher
fine this
Grace?
time.
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money. What happens if you do something that I don't like?
Is this
You're
stripping?
gonna give me some money?
Look, I do not have time to discuss it at the moment. Can you just go?
If I did this...
Excuse me,
would
Jenks.
that mean anything to you?
It's a devil's sign, isn't it? Is that what you're getting at, Inspector?
This is not something you use on the
Of course
course.
it's not something we use on the course.
Only on the
Inspector.
golf
I don't
course.
even know what that could possibly
When I hit a
mean,
freaking
exactly.
birdie. You're liable to get your ass beat. Just flashing symbols around town like that.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I like how he had to use his other hand to pose his
It's
fingers.
okay. Someone in the woods carving it into a tree.
That was Kyle. It's a guy from the course. He's an idiot.
And where does he live?
I can't remember. Somewhere outside the village?
Well, I guess he's
The
not a
three
suspect
fingers
then.
thing is something the students started doing. It's something from the course. Guilt ruins lives. It stops you looking forward. It serves no.
It's like he remembered
practical
that he's an
purpose.
actor.
It's basically destructive.
You're right. Simon did say that he... guilt destroys people's lives. Crikey. Ooh, it's freaking, it's Kyle.
We're just starting a session, do you mind?
Ah, hadn't suspected that Kate had any emotional problems, and yet you had a background in psychology? Everybody knows when you get a bachelor's degree in psychology, you're basically a therapist. Okay. Oh, he's got his drink armor back
You've
up.
been investigated about his death.
We gotta find his vulnerability.
Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes.
Is he Captain Jack Sparrow?
To be perfectly honest, Dad's a great businessman, but he lacks imagination.
Yeah, you mentioned that about 100 times.
Detective Inspector Jenks, I am investigating a death in the village. I believe you knew Kate Vine.
Oh, I thought all this was dealt with, Inspector. You do know that Kate Vine was a gherkin short of a big mad. So what do you want to know?
Yes, well, a few more questions if you don't mind.
But I do mind. I'm a very busy man. Try asking an intelligent question, like, do I mind being quizzed about a once promising student who turned into a useless drunk? Ryan, would you mind leaving us for a while? I don't have much to do with the course nowadays, so I can't give you any hard information.
That's as maybe, but we
No, that's
need...
as is.
Oh my lord! It's like he bought a large set of dentures, but his mouth is small. So here's the thing. I think I finally busted the case wide open. Tell me about Simon's unlocked bicycle.
Did you know anything about Simon Thompson's bike?
No.
Alright.
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had Simon's fingers in it.
Why are you so weird?
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum, or magic mint?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a drug taker.
Glug, 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 glug,
Hello.
glug. Nothing I love more than taking a hallucinogen and then going to a business self-improvement class run by the devil. All these college students getting hopped up on salvia and then going to Toastmasters to learn how to public speak. All right, but what about this cardboard mask?
What do you know about this?
Looks like a mask.
You don't recognize it?
Not particularly. Looks like a monarch mask.
Originated in the 1400s.
Monarch is a fancy dress.
Made by one of 6 tailors in downtown Seville Row.
Goes there sometimes.
But he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
Oh my lord. He has 4
That's
teeth.
the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays? Prison sentence?
Oh, it's usually a fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty?
Oh no!
Does that carry a fine too?
He's libertarian.
We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
It's like a little anxiety inducing. We get it, you're rich.
We teach that most people are crippled by their past, by guilt, their attitudes, their beliefs.
Feeling regrets for heads they've stepped on to get to the top of the corporate ladder.
Feeling guilty in business is like a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. Guilt comes from the archaic emotional centers of the brain. It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all. In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector. My house appears to be haunted. Would you mind closing the door?
So,
all right.
You believe that guilt has no place in
It's
business?
hereditary.
None at all.
I'm just waiting for Jenks to be like, oh, this guy's a friggin' weirdo. I'm getting out of here. Well, here's the thing. How do you feel about this packet of dried leaves?
I presume you've met Rebecca.
Yes,
I'm sure she'd enjoy telling you what it is. She's the kind of woman who likes to feel superior.
What?
Would probably marry a millionaire and then decide to run her own pub. But she likes to be in control. Like Ryan. Shame, isn't it, that I'm in control of both of them?
Like, if this dude was just normal, I probably would not be suspicious. But he keeps dropping these red flags.
2 student deaths.
And yet, I haven't asked about
Call it
Kate yet.
coincidence, Inspector. I expect they ate fast food also.
Ho!
Investigating all the local chippies.
He's got me there. See, you have a problem with society, and yet you're partaking in the very society you claim to hate. How curious. Jeez, he's stonewalling me. Did we already hit him with the bicycles? When we catch him in a lie, it's all gonna fall apart.
How well did you know
All you gotta
Liam?
do is crack the veneer.
Liam who?
Liam, who took his life, didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yes.
What was Liam like that night?
No. Apart from being drunk, or possibly because of that.
Apart
he
from
seemed
being
perfectly
drink, or possibly
He was drunk.
because...
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And when they don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
Yo, but here's the thing. And yet, Liam had been drinking all night at the seminar, and yet, they don't allow alcohol at the place, which is, just give it, they don't allow drugs or alcohol on the site. How about that, buddy?
We did give him various warnings. Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, well, we couldn't throw him out. This isn't a primary school, Inspector.
Yeah, it's not like it's private property.
Enforce these rules.
Broken pendant.
Have you seen this?
Presumably had something to do with Kate or a killer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Shouldn't it be in an evidence bag, Inspector, in case of contamination?
He has a point.
With me, unfortunately.
Well, Don't go testing it for DNA, will you? It's got yours all over it.
Really don't like that lip twitch.
Okay, that's it for now.
Investigate the kitchen. And if there's alcohol in there, I'm shutting the whole thing down.
So the kitchen must be down the corridor there, if what Paul said is true.
Lock him up. Drink a lot of tea here, huh? Oh no!
Well, there's a TV right there with a DVD player.
Writes do not move on a CD-ROM. Well, let's start with the pile. Wow, this is futuristic.
Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective
You can see how, like, if you invited your friend over and showed them this, they'd be like, yeah, I want to show up.
Welcome to Atlas.
Wow. A little bit heavy. You know, I don't know if that is really going to get newcomers in. I think if you already buy in, you're good. If you've already bought the Atlas book, you should watch the movie. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Pocket Looter, playing Escape from Tarkov. Oh, some rubles. Really? So you just filmed yourself stealing the wallets?
Well, that was odd. Looked like someone pickpocketing, but why make a video of it?
Is it unboxing? I was also, it said XXX. X is the 10th Jason movie. XX is a beer. XXX better be people fucking.
Let yourself go.
Oh my lord.
Feel your soul.
What's going on here?
Please, leave.
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by.
It's when you want to have a fire, but the venue you rented from won't let you do it indoors. Knock, knock, open up the window, it's real.
Don't mind. Thank you.
Sorry, Emma. My mistake. Enjoy your sleep. Chat's right. The #1 place we need to go. Use the remote control lock. We're in. It's the bikes!
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Did you also see that the sign said do not move? The same thing that was written on the DVD.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
Answer no.
Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional.
If he did try, it was never gonna happen.
Well, you don't have to subtweet me, okay? Yeah, let's not ask him about that remote control lock.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
The illusion? What about this suspicious porno?
Seen this before?
Appears to be a digital video disc. He is a lot less intimidating with the glasses. Glasses, for most people, they had a certain air of mysteriousness, but not this time.
The DVD! That's all they took. It must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence behind, though.
It all popped off immediately. It did look like James. I don't disagree. Plus he's wearing a hoodie, which is something only stoners do. I go to school wearing a full suit and tie and my finest trilby. Please? Please? Nope. Because if it's his wife, surely she's gonna know what's up.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix.
They spelled the name wrong.
Really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
This hurts, man. I was gonna say, I'm glad that they put this in quotation marks, because, like, in his room in a house that he owns is a little bit insulting. So I'm glad that the game was also like, hey, in his room, what the heck's up with that? It's like the way, you know, like a mom would talk about her teenage son.
Have you seen this before, anywhere?
Well, I know the shop, costume shop just outside the village.
Ever used it?
Not personally, but I think Ryan might have.
Unfortunately, I can't speak to him because he's in the middle of a satanic ritual right now, so anything you could tell me would be very helpful.
Doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I made dozens for him.
You made them?
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
If you think I'm going to sit here and take this, you're right, because
that's all for the moment. Thank you.
It's an adventure game. There's nothing else I can do. All right. Nobody likes Ryan, dude. Even his wife just tolerates him. All right, James. If you're wearing a red hoodie, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, dude. His house is going to be, like, littered in this stuff. Guaranteed.
Seen this anywhere before?
Nope.
Well, he's a steel trap.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning? What sort of doll burning?
It doesn't mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
This is the most British man I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the face, the voice, the demeanor, the hairline, and the salvia.
Be back later on.
He's got the total package. Like, he looks like he would be a farmer in, like, a Russell Crowe's Robin Hood movie or something like that. He would be like one of the guys who gets killed and then Robin Hood ascends from that. He does look like a character model from The Witcher. Perhaps this is a skeleton lock. Ryan's guitar collection, the bag used in the mugging. Turns out that's not the key. Okay, we're gonna go speak to Simon and Emma then. We're gonna start with Emma because honestly she's like a pushover.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
In interrogation, she's like already given us everything we need to know.
This guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
She's a sad soul. But Blackstone, if I remember correctly, was mentioned last week. Oh, thank you, Chad. Chad is like a notebook that's constantly evolving. That's Liam's band. Okay. She didn't know Liam very well, and yet we were in a band together? How does that happen? Yes, let's go!
Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem? I'm not sure I believe you,
Yep.
Emma.
Yeah, Emma. I told you. Don't lie to Jenks. He's like the David Blaine of interrogation. He heard you cough. Just arrest her? Well, it's not illegal to lie unless she's under oath. It's obstruction of justice. I'm gonna be honest, that's one of those crimes that, like, I've only heard about on the news and in media. I didn't know obstruction of justice was, like, a real thing. They should call it lying to a cop. It's a much more descriptive name.
Okay. Seen this?
Yeah, I know the shop. I hired something from them last year, I think.
Hired a costume. It's just... I mean, I don't want to tell Brits how to speak English, but that's not the way we say it. What we say is we bought some bullshit from there last year. It's a more elegant way to describe it.
I know we brought a guitar to one of the groups once, at the end of one of the stages. That's the only time.
Dude,
I've
he's
seen
actually, it's not Michael Scott. What's the British Office's, boss? Free love on the free love freeway. The highway's free and the road is long. Yeah, David Brent, that's right. 100%. His name's not Ricky, that's the actor, but I get you. Well, I think you are sadly good for now.
Probably be back later.
Don't think I'm letting him off about the homebrew yet. If you ever, like, want to get an easy lead, you just go to Emma's and ask her about anything.
Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of self-hypnosis, isn't it?
Oh, she must be a linguist.
But I think Kate was into it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
But, the unlocked bicycle, okay. I don't know if I have an end yet.
Probably.
I guess we'll go back to the pub. ringing the bell is just insulting. How do you feel about auto-hypnosis?
Do you know anything about hypnosis used on the Atlas course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Ever heard of advertising?
Ever heard of advertising? Well, that's not menacing.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
I was actually 100% on Jenks here. Well, that's all for the moment. See you never. Here we go. Let's ask the dad. And I'm sure he's going to tell us some bullshit about how it lets you get over your innate human weakness.
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that.
And yet...
It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged.
Yeah, well, I saw a dude get turned invisible.
Hypnosis.
How do you reconcile that?
Put pressure.
Ask him if he can pull his wife out of a backpack. I've already done the bit, but
Be back later on,
that
if
is where
that's
that
okay.
show Magic for Humans lost me. This show has no camera tricks, 100% real magic. Pull your wife out of the backpack. That's right, I need to ask him about the bag. Oh, you think I'm just gonna pull my wife out of the backpack? And then the dude pulls his wife out of the backpack. Come on.
Is there someone else who works at Atlas? Someone who may have been there tonight?
There's a cleaner. Comes at strange times, but then he's a strange boy. Work experience.
As a cleaner?
Well, we did try him in accounts, but didn't work out.
Classic. And they're like, well, we like having you here. You're a shit accountant. How'd you like to clean the toilets for us?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
It's a very, there's a cross-applicable variety of skills used in both of those jobs. I mean, in many ways, an accountant just cleans up your finances, so why wouldn't they be a good custodian?
Self-hypnosis.
Yeah?
And what do you know about it?
Or get on with it then and watch the new Graham Linehan special.
Hypnosis, I call it scrying. You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper, you swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. Then you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. Like a journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen.
You know, I can come back in the
You're
morning.
thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Maybe she was in a trance and then drowned trying to scry off of the river.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
He said he doesn't sell them. Oh, you're right. Wait a minute. Hold on, Buster. We're policing by committee. You sold a scrying mirror to Kate Vine last year, and yet you... Shit, give me a moment here. And yet you don't sell the... He doesn't sell them for money, but he does sell them. So you don't know where the bag is from. But when we were talking about the mask, you think it's from Monarch Costumes. Come on.
Do you visit Monarch Costumes a lot?
No. I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
By the way, I've never heard of it.
Yes, of course I do.
You see, Paul, I thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
What, are you a cop or
This
something?
was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger.
Please suggesting that I had something to do with your mugging.
Did you?
You really ask the most ridiculous questions. Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed.
The DVD.
So, when he saw you take it, he simply thought that he was doing us a favor by getting it back. He isn't exactly what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
Wow.
So what's on the DVD that's
Insulting a man's
All right,
jeans.
Something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled. I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that Liam died, as it happens.
What a coincidence.
Before you ask. No. I didn't steal from him.
He's like, I got him.
It's a good idea to encourage students to steal, Paul.
I wasn't encouraged.
Yet I did not inhale.
Policemen are so literal. Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it. It
The
doesn't
Force?
divide neatly into blacks and whites.
Oh, he's talking about the police force, not midichlorians. Well, you know the rules now. We get a piece of information, immediately we go bring it up to Emma. She sings like a friggin' canary.
What do you know about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Yes, I
Yeah, I'm fucking his son.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of... So you were at Third Eye?
Yes. Yes, I went there for a few months after college and I left because I hated it.
Ah! So is that where you met Ryan as well?
Yep.
Right. What didn't you like about the
I'm gonna
course?
know her life
Well, it was
story by
just-
the end of this.
I think they had to stop because it was just getting ridiculous. I think somebody got arrested or something.
Very interesting.
Or, you know, like maybe 2 people died, but no big deal. 2 of my friends are dead, and Simon's making more homebrew than ever.
Paul stealing money from students, part of a stunt or something?
What, did he do that? I've never heard about anything like that. No, it might be part of the risk-taking thing, though.
Explain that.
Well, it's part of the course. You have to do something dangerous or risky.
Dude, I
something
love
you
the
wouldn't normally
dog
do.
cookie jar in the background. Ah, yes, okay. So she was at Third Eye when Paul pulled the stunt, which we know is the night that Liam died, yet simultaneously, she said she wasn't there.
So, you witnessed Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died.
No.
Oh!
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul pulled the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
I think you better explain, don't you?
It was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
He's got her.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things and...
The rat's in the snake's jaws.
That thieving thing happened and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
Liam killed himself because of me.
Take her away!
Why?
Liam had a birthmark on the side of his face. And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there. And we all thought, they all thought it was ugly. So I thought I'd say something and
Are you 8?
I even asked Paul if it was okay to say it.
And what did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind. Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
I made fun of his birthmark.
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said, but I really don't think you caused Liam's death. There's always more to these things than meets the eye. It wasn't your fault.
We can't tell Simon, please.
Simon doesn't need to know. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Oh, 9 p.m. Basically ruined her life. But she seems pretty innocent. She's like the tutorial. Okay, I want to go. We got a lot to speak with Ryan if he's done his satanic ritual. Dude, I'll tell you straight up, I think Emma is high on the tier list just because she's so easy to break. We got a lot to talk about.
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one, a better one.
Destroying your past.
Of course.
You guys ever hear of, like,
thing,
gardening?
Inspector. Perhaps we should make a doll of you, Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're probably right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
I've insulted him by saying he's too smart to fall for my psychological tricks.
I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band?
Well, I did audition.
Oh,
a few
he
years ago,
auditioned
when I
for
say a few years ago,
Blackstone.
It must have been about 20 years ago. Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone.
I knew it!
Aren't they all called something Stone? Hammerstone. That's it.
Doubtful.
I haven't bought a guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
Here's... Okay, you know what? How about this bag?
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag. Is it a bag, Inspector?
The shop.
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever
Coulda
you need
fooled
to be
me,
in any
but
given
bum.
situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach.
For example, I
themselves,
was
become
my
something
father's
new,
cum when I was born.
You know,
That gave me a lot of
surprising
advantages
what a
here.
little bit of cross-dressing could do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Look, all I'm saying is he says business is being in the right place at the right time, but his dad is worth $35 million. What do you mean the right place at the right time?
We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
What's the reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
I wish I could contradict him on blinks and gasps and
Well, yes,
coughs.
that was
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the money shock stunt. No.
He covered his face with the drink. He did say an odd number of no's, which means they cancel out into a yes.
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticizing
Oh, your secret's
Liam
safe with
for
me,
his
Emma.
suicide?
Well, that's a lot of information. And also a lot of sounds this guy made with his mouth, including a... Unfortunately, none of those are admissible in a court of law, despite him being a freaking weirdo. You think people are free to do what they like. However, you have a background in... He did say he hasn't bought a guitar in a year. But he did try to buy one from Emma recently. But we can't do anything about that. Yeah, we don't have a conversational prompt. Try reading. Reading what though? Use Emma's guilt? Oh! Magnifying glass. It's a Cat 5 cable. A flashlight. You got a permit for that? There's no use for the red torch here. Oh, you're right. You gotta go back to the freaking either the garage or the back of the pub had an extra thing for us, but it was too dark to see. This guy's done a lot of police work in 3 hours. Let's go. Jenks doesn't own a cell phone. Car. Oh, lewd. Yo, that's a Ferrari F40.
Well. And there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
Photos of a car vandalized with spray paint were found in the pub outbuilding. That's a 360 Spider?
Yes, that's Ryan's car.
Well, do it. Atlas is working out for him then.
Toy he managed to ruin.
It was Liam? Look, you can't try a dead man.
Just a few more questions.
Maybe we can pin it on Emma somehow.
A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course. Very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems.
Was
lives in
she
the village,
odd,
actually.
though?
Right, thank you.
Yo, new dialogue prompt. You can tell. Psychological distress. He actually took a drink.
Thank you.
We've broken him. A little thirsty, Ryan? The dilapidated house at the end of the lane. Yo, those are Nick's windows.
Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas.
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them.
You still see them.
I just don't look. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself without seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older.
Do they have any psychiatrists in this
So
neighborhood?
her eyes sink in. I'm sorry, I have to go now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll just stay here if you don't mind. You know what? I feel like she and James would get along very well, not just because they're conveniently neighbors.
You met Lisa, except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. She was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she was more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
Well, it's a very wizened opinion. At odds with the scientific literature. What about the screwdriver? Look, we're gonna solve that mystery, but to solve that mystery, we gotta solve the murders first. Then we'll figure out what's up with the bicycle.
Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Devil worship? Satanism?
What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming. Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks.
It's kind of annoying because, like, I'm kind of interested in cheese making. And also, I mean, pole vaulting at the very least would be interesting. Not so much snake charming, but, like, the first two sound kind of interesting.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want.
Make fun of Liam's birthmark.
Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blint?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blint, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination.
You've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Why'd you say it like that, you
She was full
weirdo?
of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really? And, did you respond?
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy.
Oh, this guy's going down. Hey, you know your dad fucked Kate, right? Ryan's not home. Maybe he's in the restaurant. 10 p.m. on a Friday, pub's closing up.
I just don't want to tell tales.
Tell him about Simon. You know what happens when you don't do as I say.
Ooh, what? It's abuse. I don't know how to feel about that interaction.
A few more questions, please.
Oh, we got nothing for you.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
What are they sold out of? I can't read it. Suikoden 3? Garlic King Prawn Sizzler with rice and prawn clusters. I love rough cut white cubes. Oromorph liquid.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Prescription for Rebecca. It's my favorite book. The sequel to Flowers for and Algernon.
Prescriptions. Made out to you.
Oh, they're just spare painkillers. The chemist always gives us too many. He's a friend of the family.
Found patient zero for the opioid epidemic. She said that she doesn't take any drugs or medicines, but why do you have a prescription painkiller?
Aha. So, you don't take any
Jenks is
medicines
exhausted.
except for prescription painkillers.
From catching
Well,
people
they're
in
not actually
lies.
For me, they're Ryan's. For some reason, the chemist always makes them out to my name.
It's fraud?
He's an old gentleman.
Alright, buddy. What about this arthritis?
Tell me about your arthritis.
Oh, you found out about that. Well, yes, I'm old before my time.
You never know with a guy like this.
It's very unlucky to have
He could
it
be
so young.
35 or 60.
Well, I take a lot from life, Inspector. And sometimes life likes to give you a little bit back. I mean, it's not too bad, it's not too debilitating. It's mainly some in my right hand, some in my left hand.
Really all over.
It's not
My spine.
particularly a problem.
Both
It
legs.
makes it difficult to hold small things there.
Rib cage hurts. Taking prescription painkillers and then also drinking 13 glasses of scotch a day. Drugs aren't allowed on Atlas's premises. Dude, I love chat resin. Thank you.
Well, these are not available to the students.
But they are kept on site.
When the president does it, it's not illegal.
Codeine. Morphine.
Well, all right, they're morphine tablets, yes.
Oh, really?
Do you have trench
Oh,
foot?
come on, Inspector. I know what you're thinking, but there's no way Kate could have had access to them.
Sure about that?
Yes.
Oh, all caps, yes. This chemist, which I believe is British for pharmacist, absolutely needs to lose his license. He's assigning or prescribing a 35-year-old dude some fucking morphine? Is he a World War I veteran?
Do you know what the medicine in the cupboard at the pub is for?
You'd better ask Rebecca about that. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. She tends to keep her wares under lock and key. Do you know, our wedding night was quite a surprise.
What? Alright, creep. You have arthritis in your hands, and yet you play the guitar? Seems painful. Come on! That's a contradiction, man.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Well, I think we got it under control, actually.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Look at him with his cool jacket. And his awful pants. There was a high lock. You're not wrong.
Oh, this is just from some IT guy I met. I don't need it.
Enough. I noticed some numbers on the back. Do you need these?
I don't know. What is it?
1905?
Oh, yeah, that's just a pin for something. It's okay, I can remember it.
So not an offshore savings account or anything?
No.
What, are you with the SEC?
That's from my keys. Where did you find that?
Just outside.
Right. Oh, it must have come off when Nathan dropped my keys off. He was borrowing my car.
That's very trusting.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I am a bit too trusting, really. It's a new car as well.
By the way, you can take it.
So the bike's the only way you can get to work, yes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
I can't drive the car yet, can I? I don't have my license.
Right.
I got a windfall from an insurance payout. Just figured I'd buy something sensible with it.
Buy something
instead of
sensible?
wasting the money.
Why didn't you buy Bitcoin?
It was for a laptop. It got stolen down at Atlas.
At Atlas?
Well, they didn't break in. I think they just walked in and took it.
Might have to have a talk with Ryan about his security measures.
You know what? Sounds like a great idea, Jenks. Yeah, the storeroom was like... He said no one could get in because the medicine is there, but the laptop was in the storeroom when it got stolen.
Somebody could just have wandered along the lanes, seen into the storeroom. It's not particularly secure. They could have been in and out within minutes. That's why we advise people to keep their valuables with them. You can't be too careful these days, Inspector.
His eyes got so big. He actually looked like monk ass.
Didn't give the number to anyone else?
No.
That's a
Simon,
lie.
there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death. Did Kate have the number?
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Together?
We were trying to outdo each other. We both tried to morph him.
You know how kids are. Nobody's allowed to know the combination code. We already know that Simon knew the combination code.
Do you know who this is? Dean Hayfield, Aztec.
Sorry, never heard of him. We have some prisoner of a sort who does our IT.
Some prisoner sort?
Large guy. No manners.
You mean like an ex-con? Or... I really don't know what that could mean, except for an ex-con. Unless he's a prisoner he's a prisoner for them. They've imprisoned him. So is he a con man, or an ex-con, or a current prisoner?
When did Ryan begin to suffer from arthritis?
Ryan doesn't suffer from arthritis.
And yet he does.
The only thing that Ryan suffers from is a pathetic inability to deal with any kind of...
Oh my god, it's too close to home, man.
He only has medication because his GP, who is almost as dysfunctional as he is, keeps prescribing it for him.
So you don't believe he really has arthritis?
Not at all.
I just sold out his son. Ryan has a low pain threshold. Purge, please. Definitely not a blue filter put over the daytime. Dude, the door is so blue. It's like so dark out, it's hurting my eyes. Where's James on the power rankings? I don't know, I gotta figure out what crimes he is or is not guilty of. What a tiny stove. And yet, your meals are so large.
Know anything about this?
We have our own IT chap. Lovely chap, in fact. Fat and sweaty, though.
Well,
it's like a double act, doesn't it?
Are you the IT guy? If this man is fat, why is his stove so small?
If you don't mind.
Alright, Emma's gonna sing like a freaking canary. Guaranteed.
What do you know about this?
This is Simon's. I bought this for him when we were on holiday. Has he lost it?
Nah, he just gave it to
He
me.
can't keep anything. Yeah, because it had all my college work on it, which I hadn't backed up or saved.
Well, that sounds like your fault.
Not that it mattered much, but I did buy a new one.
Then why did he use the insurance payout for a car? Laptop got stolen. You get the insurance payout, you buy another laptop. He's a genius, he offset the cost onto her. Atlas works, dude. He already saved like 1,500 bucks. Left along Woods Lane, here we are. Woohoo! Alright, now to investigate the woods. Don't see anything here. That's go back into the woods. Okay. Go along the... Go back to the junction. See, we're gonna go ahead into the woods. There we go.
Just keep pushing.
They giving birth out here?
Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
Mom!
What is this?
It's a raid. I can't pause the game.
What?
I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
You know how Jesse Plemons is like Meth Damon? This guy is like Methy Plemons.
You really should take more care of your things, Ryan.
You're telling me, buddy.
I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
Okay, a car key fob. Yeah, steal the TT. Absolutely true. That's the lock button, you madman. This has gotta be illegal now.
Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
$500 check. See, that's or £500 check, I guess. I gotta say, that's probably like a little bit more realistic for the cost of that window. Why did he close the door like that? Extremely fair. Have you never written a check chat? You always write only on them? I write checks pretty frequently because I'm 500 years old and also a very important businessman. I've never written only on a check. I do write even on checks sometimes. You know, you get $125 even. You write only so that nobody can add anything after that. See, I never considered that. Maybe it's time to move away from a piece of paper as being a promissory note. In the era of counterfeit devices such as pens and pencils.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your card.
It was just a little incentive, that's all.
But you never bribe
Just a little
students!
incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500? Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
Well, my name's not Kate Vine, so it's not like I could cash it anyway. So you never, I don't know where this is, but you said you never bribe students. There's a lot of things to click through. It's in Screwdriver? Don't make me laugh. It might be Paul. Oh, no, you're right. Students are coerced or bribed in any way. It's in auto-hypnosis.
Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way. Except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you
He's
were going
crumbling
to give
like a
Kate
good
the
chevre.
£500 as an incentive.
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
It's a business, not a charity. Which is why we gave one of our customers £500. To incentivize them sticking around. I'm starting to realize the brains of this family might be located at Brandon Manor.
That's it for now.
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Well, it's a check, actually. She's quite clearly a brunette. Is he colorblind? Just dark blonde. Go investigate the farm a little bit because he just received a package. Maybe he's growing morphine. Simon is blonde. You know what? Fair enough. My dude's growing morphine here. Just a small-scale opium den. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
You got a permit for those poppies?
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
But he doesn't care
let's
about
just cut
profit.
to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector. I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not.
Let him think he's gotten away with it, then we go ring-a-ding-ding.
Ask about a few more things, please.
It appears you have problems with capitalism, and yet you're engaged in the systems of commerce that prop it up. Curious, isn't it? He knows opium can be extracted from poppy pods, of course. Who doesn't? But he has no interest in drugs. How does he know that? Okay, that's just common knowledge.
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
James did have opium tea once, I think.
What does opium tea taste like?
I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? But I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so.
Hey, my dude. You took morphine, you madman. Are you insane?
Aha. You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other.
Love to lie
That's the
about
point,
doing
wasn't it?
crimes.
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means
Twitch
the
prime
best
candidate?
person in the group, basically. One person's the tester, it's me. And the other person's the...
Victim?
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing.
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you
Yo,
know
was
anyone
Liam
in
also a
the
prime
running to
candidate?
be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest.
He is pretty dumb.
Well,
Tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector?
Do we have to do this
Prime
every time?
candidates.
What benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It's a very simple deal.
So simple.
And how do you decide who the prime
Top of the
candidate
class,
is?
you get a
Do
top
test
job.
Students?
No.
Prime candidates get a very good job. It's just a doubt it by itself. But I do feel like, wasn't there like Kate was not a very good student? She was drunk at the meeting. How could she be a prime candidate if she's drunk all the time? Well, wrong click. I don't think it's gonna work either way. But threshold test. Where's the threshold test though? The CD on the mirror room mentioned a threshold test. But we don't have that option in the menu is what I'm saying. Why does it say check? It just says check. You're saying check over and over. The check was a test to see how she would react. Yeah, but it don't have the menu option, you son of a gun. People keep saying check, C-H-E-C-K, and then check, C-H-E-C-K, to refer to the financial document, but also the verb to inspect something. It makes it very confusing. Gave Kate the money to test. There you go. Students aren't tested. We got it.
Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate
Oh,
was
wow.
in the running to be prime candidate.
Yes!
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference.
He is pissed, man.
If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Can we get a new sound guy?
Midnight, and still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed.
Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, is the best student. It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But
Mostly they aren't up to it.
what happens then?
They get sacked.
So they get the top job, and then they're bad, so they get fired. Is this correct? Next, we will speak to James. Well, no, it's 12. Lisa might be back, or she might be dead. Hey, chat, do you like schnitzel? Is this a ligma, or are you actually asking about a food product? Because, I mean, who doesn't like a fried meat cutlet? Take a schnitz on these nuts? It's just foul.
Poppy pop.
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
This guy's old enough to have been in an actual opium den, so I don't buy this at all.
What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students.
What do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
Are you a human trafficker?
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance.
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Yo, Simon's just the fall guy, 100%. Now, the mirror room's used for meditation. Oh, the CD mentions the threshold test. You are correct.
You say you don't endorse threshold testing? That's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul. Because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, she was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really?
But if we really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand?
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic goody-goody crap.
Is this
What we
Paul
look
Ryan?
for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest, that's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan.
What do you enjoy now, Paul?
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
It's midnight on a Friday and you're 100 years old. Oh, it is in the dead of night.
You man your father?
It's so blue I can barely see.
Get rid of him. He's a policeman. We can't just... You sort this. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
The villainous Kyle. Also, shut the gate, though. Like, you're not a monster. Thank you. Okay.
That doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup, and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. And what's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Genius.
Damn.
Oh!
I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
Let's just go for a little walk in the woods, then. What could go wrong?
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What? Is that Emma?
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard. Not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Jinx.
Inspector, what are you doing here?
Inspecting. So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away.
Could you perhaps disarm this man?
The knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
Drop it!
Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Oh, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Oh, British education
I know what you're
joke.
trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So you telling me?
Oh, no.
Simon killed her.
Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
Any more likely than you?
But the bumch.
Pig! I know. Police brutality. It's alright. You okay?
Take the mask off, you weirdo. Jenks, you're so weird. You gotta at least identify the victim.
Ask you a couple more things.
Just a totally normal cop knocking on your window at 12 a.m.
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was.
Oh, watch out, you got a booger.
You didn't discuss it with Kate.
So do you. But, well, we got a little boogie right there. Simon, Ryan has accused you of potentially murdering Kate Vine.
What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same
You
person
mean by whom?
who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Let me show you something.
Watch out, he's got a book!
See this pattern? Not like that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person who has tape like that. Ryan. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
It's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. One of the things we do at the course.
I'm so sick of hearing
Give
about the course,
something that's
man.
important- I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Well, we've lost Simon. He's getting a gun. Pull out your whistle. Fight fire with fire. Take out the screwdriver.
Do you know how well Simon knew Kate?
Not really.
Did you ever see them together?
So why? Do you think he killed her?
I've no idea. Do you think he'd be capable of that?
Do you think we're all capable of it?
We didn't really come here for a
Sure.
philosophical discussion.
So you've never been in your police car responding to an incident?
Dunno. Maybe.
Well, you've answered your own question then. When you've got a need and things get in your way, it's human nature to either ignore them or get rid of them. Any way you can. That's all murder is, isn't it?
Maybe you're right.
But maybe he's not
Thank
at
you.
all right.
Probably be back later.
Have you seen this anywhere before?
Oh, what was that?
I've seen it somewhere, but can't remember.
There's a demon in the
Be
room.
back later on, if that's okay.
So we are gonna tell Rebecca you haven't seen the tape for 2 months, but yet you taped up the broken window with that same tape. Ryan's special, bespoke, individual tape that he never lends out.
Tape over the broken window outside. That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you
The
know
murder
it is?
weapon.
No.
Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What'll come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca! Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
It all started at the
Which
tape
meant the fact that
factory.
some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband.
Oh.
Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money. I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it. She dropped that driving license thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, that someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything. She just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything.
It was
I couldn't help
blue.
her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped. Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
But she slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Who? Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine.
Also, now it's illegal to push somebody down under the water with a big stick until they die.
It was a tragic case of mistaken identity.
Atlas is closed for the moment, but will be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
Is there anything worse than, like, sequel bait when you are playing it many years after it came out and know there's no sequel? I will say, I do think the ending was real bad, but they did something that another game did where they built up a more interesting story, and then at the end we're like, all that stuff that you were getting invested in with the occult and etc., etc. Nah, don't worry about that too much. She was just sleeping with her husband. The whole mystery literally hinged on the tape. You're telling, dude, that's the thing. You never know. They ran out of money during production. I mean, it's a pretty good effort considering that. I really thought that was going to be like a post-credit stinger, but instead it was just them high-fiving. Oh no, did one of the actors die working on it? In which case, I take back all the criticism I had of it. Chance of playing Shibuya 428, 0. Power rankings. Well, it turns out like James was right. So I think James has got to be very high. Simon, oh yeah, Drunk Man in the Woods is actually number 1. I agree. Woods, well, Kyle maybe is the worst actually, but let's start. Woods drunk. James. Weirdly enough, I'm like, Rebecca is over Ryan, Kyle, Emma, and Paul. You may disagree with my power rankings, but that's because you would be wrong.